Hi, I'm Paula and I'm here today to teach you something for free. But first let me share with you my story, which may not be too dissimilar from your own, of what it was like for me just over 10 years ago. Looking back over those 10 plus years, I got used to hearing names like porker, fatty, fat arse, lard arse, fat beast. Basically anything remotely fat related I got called it, to the point where I started to believe I was one. So when that day finally came, I didn't look fat, and even better, I stopped believing that I was fat. Well, that feeling was just indescribable. I finally felt I had become free. So, if you know what it's like to struggle with your waistline, then you'll know where I'm coming from. Therefore, please watch all of this video as I will give you the blueprint I have used to become finally fat-free right to this very day. Looking back, I'll always remember the first time I saw a girl go from literally having a huge flabby tummy to sporting a super slim and toned waistline. Helen was one of my best friends in high school, but unfortunately she got a name call for being overweight, especially around the tummy region. I remember one particular day in high school, some of the school bullies walked past muttering "fatso" as she was about to take a bite out of her sandwich. I just sat there bewildered, not knowing what to do, but fortunately Helen just laughed it off. This episode happened literally a few days before we finished for summer break. So as the summer came and went, before I knew it, I found myself walking back into the school canteen where before the break I'd arranged to meet Helen. I'd no sooner sat down and the bullies walked right up to me asking me where my fat chum was. I was just about to reply when in walked Helen. All of our mouths, including the three bullies, fell wide open. Gobsmacked was an understatement. This girl had gone from being horrendously overweight to sporting a super trim waistline that was visible by the low-waist jeans she was wearing. And here's the ironic thing. One of the bullies even had the cheek to say to her, "Wow, you're looking great." I had no idea Helen was even planning to lose weight, let alone actually go ahead and lose it. I knew that she went to the gym, and even in her largest state, she still went and trained, but it never seemed to change the way she looked, and mean to the outsider that is. I, in the meantime, spent the whole day pondering to myself just how had she done it, to the point where I charged straight home after school with the plan of doing hundreds of crunches. And guess what? The next day I was in total agony, which I tried to cover up when Helen asked me why I seemed in so much pain. I replied, covering up the real truth, that I had done a few hundred crunches when in all honesty I had managed about 17. She said that this is one thing she doesn't even bother with, and what's more, she didn't even seem to give her super trim waistline a moment's thought. Now I'm a woman who's covered a lot of weight on her tummy region for most of her life, so I just couldn't get my head around this at all. I mean, if you were now sporting a slim and sexy waistline, wouldn't you at all be bothered? So I convinced myself that she was taking fat loss pills, as this was the only plausible explanation I could come up with. But guess what? The more I tried to convince myself that she was taking fat loss pills, the more I was actually kidding myself. After all, I'd given every diet available to man a shot, bought countless workout videos, but the most I was ever able to shift was a measly inch off my waistline. It got to the point where the hotter the weather outside, the more layers I'd have on, all to hide the true me. Does this sound like somebody you know, or maybe it's even a little closer to home? Perhaps it's even you. Well, let me share some really great news with you, as I'm extremely proud to say that today I'm a far more shadow of my once porky self. I now sport a trim, sexy waistline that I'm proud to show off. So I bet you're wondering right about now just how did I do it. Well, before I let you into my secret, ask yourself, are you really well and truly ready to hear this? As I will reveal to you some of the myths which you should avoid at all costs. Myth number 1, supplements can replace a good diet. No. These should work hand in hand together. For example, if your body was low in something, then the supplements would replace it. Myth number 2, low reps and high intensity increase waistline definition. No, as you don't want to overload your stomach muscles, you want to be nice and toned. These are just some of the little secrets that have been given away for free today, but for you to really understand what is the best way to shift that unwanted belly fat. Then I really need to properly introduce you to Johnny Edwards, who is the man behind Nuke The Fat. His love and drive for all things health and fitness related started after he too wanted to shed that taunting tag of porker once and for all and rid his life of cruel bullies. So to do this he got involved in competitive mixed martial arts which he loved, especially as he progressed to the point of training other people. He also has a degree in exercise and health science from a prestigious school. So armed with both knowledge and experience, he turned his attention to personal training, which he has been doing for a range of clients, including celebrities and professional athletes, for the past 10 years. Why Nuke the Fat and why now? I'm passionate about Nuke the Fat because I'm living proof that what Johnny has put together actually works, as it is grounded in sound principles and clinical science, plus it's dead easy to follow. On page 5 you'll learn about what other secret factors are important when trying to control weight loss, and on page 32 find out the lifelong solutions to the main problems of why you go to the gym feeling great but perform really badly. Pages 6 to 7 detail baseline menus for you to use, and on page 12 discover how timing is an extremely important variable concerned with weight loss, especially where carbohydrates are concerned. On page 5, be aware of when attempting any diet why it is important to consider, for example, eating a lot of protein and cutting back on carbohydrates and fats, etc. Page 24 will engage you in weekly routines up to 6 weeks in advance, and on page 15 it displays what routines you should be following on a Tuesday. On page 10, discover how to make protein the major element of your meals, as this will help your muscles recover and grow, which will make you burn fat faster. Page 29 details those exercises you should never be caught doing. So unlike me, where it's taken pretty much a lifetime to get to this point, you will not need to even wait a minute to get hold of your own revolutionary copy of Nuke the Fat. In fact, you'll be able to have your own unique access in about 20 seconds. How fantastic would that be? But before you do, Johnny wants to be sure that you're definitely interested. Because if the idea of becoming a slimmer, fitter, healthier person doesn't appeal to you, then Nuke the Fat isn't for you. But if you do want to make that change, one that you can see, one that you can feel, one that will last you a lifetime, then Nuke the Fat is for you at a one-time offer price just for you today. As this entire package has a total retail value of $197. But keep watching, as I'm about to tell you how you won't even be paying anywhere near this amount. Not even half the amount at $98.50, or even a quarter of the amount at $49.25. Today, for a limited period only, you will pay $37. This is because Johnny is so confident that Nuke the Fat will work for you that he has put all the risk into his own hands with his 60-day money-back guarantee. Yes, you heard me correctly. If at any time in the next 60 days you feel that this is not working for you, Johnny will give you back every single penny, and what's more is you'll get to keep the entire package for free. So finally picture yourself holding your own unique copy of Nuke the Fat, where I guarantee you will want to dive straight into how this blueprint can work for you. All you need to do to take Johnny up on his zero risk-free offer is to click the button, and everything you need to know about losing that awful belly flab and achieving a trim, sexy waistline will be right there ready and waiting for you. So for $37, get that button clicked and let's get you started.